Stop. Place your hand over your heart. Don't press, just let it rest. Feel the subtle heat from your palm radiating into your chest through the fabric of your shirt. The life you are building with your hands, with your effort, with your long hours, and the life your soul is broadcasting are two different realities. This transmission has been calibrated for the one caught in the middle. Your body is paying the price for the signal interference. And that is why you were brought here. You have carried the private shame of doing everything right, the courses, the work, the positive thinking, only to watch the promised results arrive for others, but never fully anchor for you. You have secretly wondered in the quiet of 3 a.m. if you are fundamentally, irreparably blocked. This is not a thought. It is a feeling, a weight in your bones, a truth your body has known long before your mind was willing to admit the exhaustion. This exhaustion is not from lack of effort. It is the deep, soul-level fatigue that comes from working tirelessly with disproportionately small returns. It is the specific ache of being invisible to the opportunities that would change everything, of standing in front of a door that you know is yours, yet finding it remains immovably closed. This is not your failure. You have been contending with a system of interference you were never meant to see. This interference has a name. It is the prosperity cloaking field. It is not a wall that blocks you, but a sophisticated energetic dampener, a stealth coating that has been rendered over your bioenergetic signature. It scrambles the broadcast of your innate value, making you invisible to the frequencies of sovereign abundance. It is why resonant opportunities seem to glitch or divert just before they can materialize in your hands. This transmission did not find you by accident. Your system, in its exhaustion, broadcasted a signal that pierced through the static. A request for a diagnostic, a request for a systems administrator. The Arcturian Council received it. This communication is the response. It is a precisely calibrated protocol delivered to you within a 72-hour cosmic alignment window that allows for its permanent deactivation. The pattern of financial near misses is not bad luck, it is evidence. The chronic professional stagnation is not a reflection of your worth, it is a symptom. Everything you have labeled as personal failure is, in fact, a data point mapping the precise architecture of this cloaking field around you. Your life has not been a series of failures. It has been a diagnostic report. You know this is true not because your mind agrees, but because your body has just relaxed. A subtle release in your shoulders, a deepening of your breath. Your physical vessel recognizes the truth of its own condition being named for the first time. This recognition is the only key required for what comes next. You are not here to learn. You are here to be recalibrated. But before we can decommission the field, you must first learn to identify its signature with absolute precision in your own life. It manifests in 5 distinct, undeniable symptoms. Recognizing them is the first critical step. I have not yet told you what they are. As I name them, do not reach for them with your mind. Do not try to analyze or remember. Simply allow your body to listen. Your tissue holds the record. Your nervous system has registered every event. It will recognize the frequency of the truth when it is spoken. I'm about to read back to you the energetic signature of your own life, not to cause you pain, but to validate the truth you have been living. The first symptom is the financial glitch. This is not just a pattern of bad luck, it is a specific repeating signature. You secure the deal, the final interview is a resounding success, the contract is on the table, ready to be signed. Then a sudden, inexplicable event occurs out of your control. The funding is pulled for an unrelated reason. The company announces a sudden hiring freeze. The client abruptly decides to go in a different direction. You felt this with visceral certainty within the last 3 months, with that one opportunity that felt like it was finally it. This is the cloaking field operating at its most overt, short-circuiting the final electromagnetic connection just before it can ground in your reality. The second is value dysmorphia. This is the physical sensation that takes over when it is time to state your price, ask for the raise, or claim your fee. You can write the number down, you can rehearse it, but when the moment comes to speak it aloud, a wave of heat floods your face, your stomach plummets, or your throat physically tightens, making the words feel foreign and false in your own mouth. You have called this imposter syndrome or a block around money, but that is a misdiagnosis. It is a targeted somatic response to the cloaking field actively suppressing your value signature at the precise point of broadcast. The third symptom is resonance repulsion. You meet a person who operates at the exact level of sovereign abundance you desire, a potential mentor, investor, partner, or high-value client. They express genuine interest in you and your work, but instead of feeling excitement or relief, you feel a subtle, cold wave of panic and a powerful, almost subconscious urge to pull away. You find a flaw in them. You second-guess their motives. You delay your response. This is not self-sabotage. It is the cloaking field's primary self-preservation protocol, repelling any external frequency that carries the code to dismantle it. The fourth is the energetic tax. You land a new client, make a sale, or receive a small, hard-won piece of recognition, but instead of feeling the rush of energy and momentum you see others experience, you feel utterly drained, as if you have just run a physical marathon. This is because you have had to expend an immense amount of your own life force energy to temporarily punch through the dense, static-filled interference of the cloaking field for even a minimal return. For you, failure has become less exhausting than this kind of success. It is a sign that your system is paying an unsustainable price for every small victory. The fifth and most subtle symptom is the millionaire ghost. You are constantly, almost cruelly, shown examples of individuals with less talent, less integrity, or a far less powerful idea achieving the very success you are working so tirelessly to create. This is not the universe taunting you or telling you that you are not enough. It is your own guidance system showing you a clear, unobstructed broadcast. It is showing you the ghost of your own potential. You are being shown precisely what your reality looks like once the signal jammer has been permanently switched off. Take a breath. Place your hand on your heart again. Feel the contact. Your body recognized itself in those descriptions. It doesn't matter if your logical mind is arguing or questioning. Your tissue does not lie. The feeling of resonance is the only proof you need that this diagnostic is accurate. You have been navigating a minefield you couldn't see, and now for the first time the map is being revealed. Out of the 5 signs of the prosperity cloaking field, which one did your body react to the most? Which description caused a subtle shift, a memory to surface, a feeling to rise in your chest? Comment with its number below. This is not for me. It is for you. It is the act of naming the interference, of pointing to it and saying, I see you. This act of witnessing is the first step in reclaiming your power from it. If you recognize the overarching pattern, the feeling of infinite abundance being perpetually just out of reach of your signal never quite landing, comment with 882 below. Do not do this lightly. In the Arcturian system of energetic accounting, 888 is not merely a number. It is the frequency signature of sovereign abundance and infinite capacity restored. Your comment is not an interaction with a platform. It is an energetic location marker, a flare sent up from your position in the field, declaring that your broadcast channel is now open for receiving. Each declaration amplifies the signal for the others. The cloaking field is a stealth coating on a powerful ship, rendering it invisible not only to enemy radar, but also to the friendly ports that hold its supplies, its fuel, its haven. These 5 symptoms are the exhaust fumes, the subtle distortions in the water that prove the ship is present, even when it cannot be seen. They are the evidence of the field, but they are not the field itself. They are the echoes. They are not the cause. And I have not yet told you the most important thing, the thing your system is now prepared to hear. I have not told you how the prosperity cloaking field was first installed. The prosperity cloaking field was not installed into your life through a single event or a curse. It was not a punishment. The reason you have been unable to find it, to remove it, is because you have been searching on the wrong layer of reality. You have been diligently, heroically applying principles of action, strategy, and mindset, the world of effort. This work was not wasted. It built your capacity, your resilience. It was necessary training, but the interference you feel, the lock on your abundance, is not on that 3D action layer. The lock is, and has always been, on the bioresonance broadcast layer. You have been trying to build a new reality with your hands, while an old signal has been broadcasting from your very cells, creating a completely different reality. The exhaustion you feel is the dissonance between the world you are trying to create and the world your energy is actually calling in. This transmission is here to correct that broadcast. It is not that you are unworthy of receiving, it is that your signature has been coded by the field as unavailable for delivery. We are not here to change your actions, we are here to change your signal. We are moving from effort to resonance, from doing to being. This is the level reframe your system has been waiting for. This brings us to the central revelation of this transmission, a truth your system is now prepared to integrate. You are, by design, a frequency sovereign. This is not a spiritual title or a lofty affirmation, it is an operational function of your biological hardware. A frequency sovereign is a being who consciously architects their reality by calibrating their bioenergetic field to broadcast a specific, coherent signature. The universe does not respond to your thoughts, your hopes, or even your actions. It responds with ruthless precision to the mathematical signature of your broadcast. You're a dormant frequency sovereign, whose signal has been deliberately and systematically scrambled by the prosperity cloaking field. The hardware for your broadcast is already installed within your human vessel. Your heart's toroidal field is the primary antenna. Your vagus nerve is the high-grade calibration cable connecting your gut-level intuition to your brain's processing power. And the light emitted by your very cells, your biophotons, are the data packets that carry your unique, unalterable value signature into the quantum field. You can recognize the past operation of this interference through 3 distinct micro-experiences. The first is idea invisibility. You have had a brilliant, world-changing idea. You feel its power, its clarity, yet when you try to explain it to others, investors, partners, even friends, you are met with a blank stare. This is not a failure of your communication. It is the cloaking field scrambling the data packets of your signal at the point of transmission. They are not hearing what you are broadcasting. The second is frequency homesickness. This is the inexplicable feeling of being drawn to certain pieces of music, specific natural landscapes, or even abstract colors that feel more like home than your actual physical home. This is not nostalgia or escapism. It is your core sovereign signature, attempting to re-anchor itself against the constant static of the interference, reaching for frequencies that match its native resonance. The third is certainty dissolution. You have experienced moments of absolute, unshakable, gut-level certainty about a future success. You can feel it, taste it, see it with total clarity. But the moment you attempt to force that certainty into a linear, logical, step-by-step plan, it evaporates into a cloud of doubt and confusion. This is the direct conflict between the coherent, holographic broadcast of your soul and the scrambled, static-filled output of the conditioned mind operating under the influence of the cloaking field. This brings us to the Millionaire in the title of this transmission. The Millionaire is not an external savior, a person who will ride in and rescue you. That is a 3D paradigm of disempowerment. The Millionaire is a frequency. It is the energetic signature of your fully activated, uncloaked self. It is the broadcast frequency of sovereign resourcefulness, creative power, and undeniable value exchange that you were designed to embody from birth. This transmission is the Millionaire that will transform your life, because it is recalibrating your biological instrument to lock onto that signal. You are not looking for a key to unlock a vault of gold. You are becoming the resonance that turns the very air you breathe into gold. Let me ground this in a story. A soul, whom I will call M, contacted me some months ago. She was a world-class holistic practitioner, a master of her craft. Her clients privately told her she had saved their lives. She had poured tens of thousands of dollars into her training. Her skills were undeniable, and her wisdom was profound. Yet her bank account was a source of constant, gut-wrenching anxiety. She watched peers with a fraction of her talent and integrity launch 6-figure programs while she struggled to justify charging a living wage, often bartering her profound gifts for a bag of organic vegetables. M had tried every marketing funnel, every manifestation course, every business coach. She worked on her mindset, her money blocks, her ancestral patterns, The turning point came on an ordinary Tuesday afternoon. After being informed that a major corporate wellness contract she was perfect for had been given to a less qualified competitor, she didn't get angry. She simply collapsed onto her living room floor, not with despair, but with a deep, hollow emptiness. And in that moment of complete surrender, for the first time she didn't ask, "What more can I do?" She asked the silence, "What part of me is broadcasting that I am not available for this?" That was the moment. That was the pivotal choice. She stopped trying to fix her strategy and started investigating her signal. She stopped trying to shout louder into a world that seemed to ignore her, and finally turned inward to calibrate the broadcast that was creating that world. This is the precise threshold where you stand now, not at M's eventual seven-figure outcome, but at her moment of sacred choice. The choice to stop fixing the reflection in the mirror and finally turn to face the one who is casting it. If you are ready to unsubscribe from the identity of the struggler and subscribe to your true, operational identity as a frequency sovereign, then subscribe to this channel now. Do this not as an act of consuming content, but as an act of self-identification. This is not a channel, it is a calibration hub for the architects of the new Earth. Subscribing ensures the next transmission, the next upgrade, finds your signal without interference, because what you have just learned is only the diagnostic. The identity has been named, but it has not yet been fully embodied. And the system you have been operating within, the reality that was built by your old scrambled signal, will begin to fight back against this change. The deepest truth is still ahead, and it has your name on it. What has been named is not a single identity, but a tripartite reality of your being now coming online. The exhaustion you felt was the result of trying to live one of these realities while suppressing the other two. The Arcturian Council holds a specific file for your energetic signature, and within that file are not descriptions, but operational titles. These are the names of the functions you were born to perform. I'm now authorized to read them back to you. You are, first and foremost, a frequency sovereign. This is the core identity. In the Arcturian lexicon, a sovereign is not a ruler over others, but the undeniable, uncreated source point of a unique resonant signal in the universe. It means your frequency is not borrowed, learned, or earned. It is fundamental, like a law of physics. This identity authorizes you to cease all effort to prove your worth and begin the work of purely, clearly broadcasting it. You have always been a sovereign. You just believed you were a subject. You are also a signal architect. This is the operational identity of the creator, the designer. If the sovereign is the source of the light, the architect is the one who designs the lens through which it is focused into a coherent beam. This is the part of you that intuitively understands resonance, that calibrates your nervous system and aligns your bioenergetic field. It is the identity that dissolves the financial glitch and idea invisibility. Because an architect does not hope for a clear signal, they construct it. Finally, you are a value anchor. This is the identity that grounds your sovereign frequency into material form and energetic exchange on the 3D plane. The anchor is what gives your broadcast weight, substance, and the ability to attract tangible resources. It is the part of you that is immune to value dysmorphia, because it does not ask for worth. It is the very substance of it. This identity authorizes you to stand as the immovable center of your own economic reality, where value flows to you as a matter of resonant law, not as a reward for struggle. These three are not separate roles, they are a single integrated system of being. The sovereign is the power, the architect is the design, and the anchor is the manifestation. Take a breath. Feel which of these three names resonates most deeply in your body right now: the sovereign, the architect, or the anchor. As this new unified identity settles into your bones, type, "I am broadcasting," in the comments below. Do not do this as a mere interaction. Perform it as a declaration, a digital covenant. It is your own sovereign field informing the collective field that a new, powerful and coherent signal is now online and available. This is your anchor point in this new grid. The stealth coating on your ship, the cloaking field, has not been scraped off. It has been transmuted by this activation of identity. A ship that knows itself to be a beacon has no need for stealth. The light it broadcasts becomes its own protection, its own guidance system, its own port of call. You are no longer trying to become visible to friendly ports. You are the port to which others are now being guided. To anchor this activation directly into your cellular memory, perform this simple gesture now. Gently press the tip of your thumb against the tip of your index finger. Hold it for 3 seconds. Feel the subtle pulse of energy between the 2 points. This is a somatic signature, a physical key. It is the mudra of your new identity. Whenever you feel the static of the old reality rising, this gesture will reactivate the memory of this moment in your very tissue. You have claimed your core identity. You have anchored it. But this activation is a profound disruption to the old reality you inhabited. An old system does not relinquish its power quietly. The Council has instructed me to issue a warning. In the coming hours and days you will be tested. If you do not recognize the system's counterattacks for what they are, you will mistake them for proof that this transmission has failed. Stay with me. What I am about to share is the protocol for that defense. I can hear a part of you. It has been quiet until now, observing. It is the part that has heard promises like this before, the part that has invested its hope, done the work, and woken up on the 3rd day in the same bed of exhaustion. I want to speak directly to that part of you now. Your skepticism is not an enemy to this process. It is a highly intelligent biological bodyguard formed from the scar tissue of past disappointments. Its job is to protect your life force from being wasted on another empty promise. I honor its function. What your bodyguard doesn't know, what it couldn't know, is that your previous efforts were not failures. They were individual signals broadcast into a powerful collective static that was designed to overwrite them. You were a single instrument trying to hold a new note in a storm of dissonance. But the storm is now breaking. The resonant frequency of the planet itself is spiking, and a critical mass of souls is crossing this same threshold simultaneously. This time, you are not broadcasting alone. You are broadcasting into a new, coherent, and amplified field. So I will make a request of this skeptical, protective part of you. Do not try to believe a single word of this transmission. Belief is not required. Instead, I am commissioning you with a vital task. For the next 72 hours, become a scientist of your own experience. Simply observe. Notice the quality of the thoughts that arise. Notice the interactions that present themselves. Notice the sensations in your own body. Your only task is to witness and to compare the data of the next 3 days with the data of the last 3 years. The evidence will speak for itself. Within 48 hours, the first counterattack will arrive. It is called the doubt voice. It will sound exactly like your own rational mind, and it will present a very convincing, evidence-based argument that this experience was a momentary emotional high, a pleasant relaxation, but that nothing has actually changed. It will point to your bank account, to your to-do list, to the unchanged material facts of your life as definitive proof. This is not your true voice. It is a legacy software protocol from the old system, attempting to shut down the new broadcast before it has time to rearrange matter. Your weapon against this is not to argue. Do not engage the voice in a logical debate. You cannot win, because it designed the rules of that game. Instead, the moment you notice it, you will simply stop. Place your hand on your heart. Thank the voice for its attempt to keep you safe, and then take one long, slow breath into the center of your chest. With your breath, you bypass the logic loop. Say silently or out loud, "I am broadcasting now." You are not convincing the voice, you are commanding the vessel. The second test is the crisis distraction. A sudden, dramatic, and apparently urgent problem will manifest in your external reality. A family member will ignite a drama, a critical piece of technology will fail, a surprise deadline or bill will appear, demanding that you revert to your old pattern of self-sacrifice and frantic, cortisol-fueled doing. This is not a random event. It is a threshold test, deployed by the old system to see if you will immediately drop your new sovereign frequency the moment the 3D noise gets loud. Your weapon is to meet the crisis not as a victim, but as a sovereign. Handle what is logistically necessary, with calm, surgical precision. But do not allow the external chaos to drain the internal heat from your core. Keep one point of your awareness anchored in the warmth of your heart or the pit of your stomach as you move through the required actions. You are not being pulled back into the storm. You are the eye of the storm, observing the winds without becoming them. The third and most insidious tactic is perceptive isolation. You will try to explain what you are experiencing to a friend, a partner, or a family member, and the words will feel hollow. You will be met with a blank stare, a dismissive comment, or a well-meaning attempt to bring you back to reality. You will feel a sudden, painful gap between you and people who were once your anchors. This is the old system's final gambit, to convince you that this new frequency will leave you utterly alone and unprotected. Your weapon is the new grid. This isolation is a trick of frequency, not a statement of fact. You are not alone. You are simply tuned to a new channel. When this feeling of isolation arises, your instruction is to return here, to the comments section of this transmission. Read the declarations of the other souls who have typed the codes, who have anchored their signal. Find a comment that says, "I am broadcasting," and feel the resonance. This is your new collective. You anchor each other now. You are never alone in the field. You have been given the diagnostic, the identity, and the defense protocols. You are prepared. The final stage of this activation does not require you to do anything but receive. It can be done anywhere, sitting, lying down, or walking. If you are driving, do not close your eyes, simply listen with your body. The most important part of this transmission is still ahead. As your system begins to integrate this new, coherent broadcast, the old system's defenses are not the only thing you will experience. In the next 72 hours, your own biology will produce symptoms of its upgrade. If you do not recognize them as such, the doubt voice will use them as evidence that something is wrong. These are not signs of illness. They are the physical evidence of your recalibration. They are to be welcomed. First, you will experience what the Council calls the ghost call. Expect an email, a text message, or a phone call from an old client, a past employer, or a lucrative opportunity that you had completely written off as lost or dead. It will seem to come from nowhere. Do not be surprised by this. It is the first pingback from the quantum field, a simple system notification confirming that your new, clearer signal has been received. Your only task is to receive it calmly. A simple, "Thank you, I will review this," is sufficient. Second, you will feel an overwhelming, non-emotional urge for sudden financial clarity. This may manifest as a powerful impulse to pay off a small, nagging debt, to cancel a specific subscription you no longer use, or to give away a physical object you once valued highly. This is not an act of loss or lack. It is your bioenergetic field instinctively clearing old, low-frequency data to make physical and energetic space for a higher frequency inflow. Do not resist this purge. It is your system creating a vacuum for abundance to fill. Third, you will feel value fever. This is a palpable sensation of heat, often felt in the palms of your hands or as a warm flush across your chest and neck, whenever you think about your work, your skills, or your purpose. This is not anxiety. It is your core value signature, long suppressed by the cloaking field, physically recalibrating the protein structures in your cellular matrix. It is the feeling of your worth turning back on at a biological level. Do not try to cool it down. Breathe into it. It is the heat of your own engine igniting. If this transmission is making sense in your body, not in your mind but in the tissue, in the quiet recognition behind your thoughts, then press the like button now. Do this not as a vanity metric, but as a conscious act of signal amplification. The algorithm is merely the 3D layer of what the field is already organizing at a higher level. Your action makes this transmission easier for the next person in your resonant cluster to find their way here. Now prepare for the final stage of this activation. Loosen your jaw, unclench your teeth. Most do not even realize it is being held. We are about to enter the core architecture of your command system. You can be anywhere for this, sitting, lying down, walking. If you are driving, simply listen with your eyes open. This is not about leaving your body. It is about fully inhabiting it for the first time. Take a breath, and as you do, allow your eyes to gently close, or soften your gaze to a single point in front of you. Take another breath, not into the top of your chest, but deep into your belly, feeling the air travel down the back of your throat. Your posture is upright but not rigid. You are an antenna, preparing to receive. The instruction is not to try, not to force, but simply to allow. Bring your awareness to the very base of your spine, the point of contact with the chair or the ground. From this point, visualize or feel a cord of golden light extending down through the floor, through the foundations of the building, deep into the crust of the earth, until it anchors directly into the planet's crystalline core. Feel the stabilizing hum of the Earth's own 83 Hz frequency, the Schumann resonance, traveling up that cord, grounding your entire nervous system. You cannot be short-circuited, you are earthed. Now, bring that awareness up to your solar plexus, the space just above your navel. Here, an orb of warm, amber light begins to glow. With each breath, it grows brighter, warmer, expanding, until it merges with the vibrant emerald green light of your heart center. This is the activation of the biophotonic bridge between your personal will and your sovereign heart. Feel this fused light, this golden green fire, radiate outward, warming your ribs, your back, your entire torso. From your heart, the column of light continues to ascend, reaching the hollow of your throat. Feel the piezoelectric crystals in your bones begin to vibrate softly in response. The light moves up behind your eyes to the geometric center of your head, to your pineal gland. It is not a harsh light, but a gentle, clarifying liquid gold, polishing the lens of this dormant photoreceptor. Your vagus nerve, that great fiber optic cable, relaxes and opens, carrying this new, coherent signal from your gut to your brain without static or resistance. Now the light reaches the crown of your head, and it does not stop. It blossoms open, a 1,000-petaled lotus of pure, white gold light, connecting you to the broadcast of your own higher self. Your personal bioenergetic field expands effortlessly to a distance of 3 feet in every direction, above, below, and all around you. This is your frequency jurisdiction. This is your sovereign space. To seal this new configuration, press your thumb firmly against your index finger. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for 2, and exhale slowly for 6. The new setting is saved. Slowly, gently, begin to bring your awareness back. Notice the sound of the room around you. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin. Notice the weight of your hands in your lap. When you are ready, swallow once. Allow your eyes to open. You are back in the room. But you are not the same being who closed their eyes moments ago. The calibration is complete. With this breath, you release the belief that your value is determined by your labor, by your struggle, by the hours you put in. You let go of the doctrine that says worth must be earned through exhaustion. That is the code of the old, inverted matrix. It is not your operating system. You are releasing it from your cellular memory now. With this next breath, you release the accumulated cellular shame of every no, every rejection, every near miss. You release the energetic residue of every opportunity that glitched, every door that closed, every moment you questioned your own sanity and worth. This was not a reflection of you. It was the reflection of the cloaking field. You now see it for what it was, and you release its hold on your past, present, and future. And with this final breath of release, you let go of the deep, exhausting need for anyone outside of you to validate your worth, to see your vision, or to give you permission. This pattern of seeking external confirmation was the primary lock that kept the cloaking field in place. You are withdrawing your energy from it now. The only validation required is the resonance you feel in your own bones. It is done. Now we activate. I call forward, into full and embodied power, the frequency sovereign. You are this. This is your core command. This identity was not given to you. It has been recognized and restored. It authorizes you to stand as the primary source point of your reality, broadcasting your signature into the field, not as a request, but as a law. I call forward the signal architect. This is your operational self, the conscious designer of your resonant experience. You are no longer at the mercy of chaotic frequencies. This identity is now installed in your field, authorizing you to dismantle interference, construct coherent broadcasts, and align your physical and non-physical reality with precision and intent. And I call forward the value anchor. This is the aspect of your being that grounds your sovereign frequency into the material world with unshakable stability. You are not a seeker of abundance. You are its location. This identity is now activated, authorizing you to be the gravitational center around which tangible resources, support, and recognition now organize themselves as a matter of natural law. Do not breathe the final release yet. We are not finished. Stay with me. Your bioenergetic field is now sealed in a toroidal field of impenetrable, self-luminous Arcturian gold light. I declare this field impervious to all legacy interference, all dissonant signals, and all attempts by the old matrix to re-establish a connection. Your personal timeline, your financial field, and your creative expression are now placed under the sovereign jurisdiction of your own activated signal. No outside frequency has authority here. I place this same field of sovereign light around your interpersonal connections. Any relationship that cannot hold the frequency of your new broadcast will either upgrade to meet you or will dissolve with grace and without drama. The resonance repulsion protocol is permanently deleted. You will now act as a magnet for your true soul cluster, for collaborators, and for resonant support that operates from integrity and clarity. And I seal the field around your unspoken dreams, the visions you have held in your heart that have not yet been verbalized. These delicate frequencies are now protected from the static of external doubt and the cloaking of idea invisibility. They are incubating in this sovereign space, gathering the energetic mass required for their inevitable and graceful manifestation in the material world. They are safe. We break the doubt voice by noticing its arrival without argument. Its logic is the obsolete code of a system that no longer runs on your hardware. We dissolve the crisis distraction by holding our center as its non-negotiable anchor. The manufactured urgency cannot pull us from our sovereign frequency. We dismantle the perceptive isolation by remembering that our signals form a grid. We are nodes of light, and we are finding each other now. We, the awakened broadcasters, declare our prosperity cloaking fields decommissioned, not by force, but by a fundamental shift in identity that renders them obsolete. We declare the static, the interference, and the energetic dampening to be null and void within our sovereign fields. We are no longer invisible to the frequencies of our own highest good. We see ourselves, and therefore we are seen. We declare our sovereign signals to be online, coherent, and broadcasting with unwavering clarity. We release the identity of the struggler, the seeker, the one who hopes for a change. We embody the identity of the source point, the architect, the anchor. We are not asking for a new reality to be given to us. We are the frequency that is broadcasting it into existence through the very instrument of our human bodies. We declare our absolute and unconditional availability for the highest material and energetic expressions of abundance, joy, and creative power that are in alignment with our soul's purpose. We understand now that the millionaire ghost was never a taunt. It was a promise. It was the reflection of our own signal. And we now claim that reflection as our lived, tangible reality. The signal and the reality are one. We declare the paradigm of earning and deserving to be a distortion of the old matrix. We recognize that our worth is not a transaction. It is a fundamental property of our existence. We no longer trade our life force for survival. We are the source of value, and we now allow that value to flow to and through us, creating sustainable, regenerative wealth for ourselves and our collective. And finally, we declare that we are the frequency we have been waiting for. We are not asking for entry into the new world. We are the ones creating its energetic architecture. We are not waiting for a savior. We are remembering our own sovereignty. We are the signal, and the signal is creating the world. And so it is. What I am about to say now is not part of the formal transmission from the Council. It comes from a human place. I can feel my own hands are warm. There is a heat in my chest that was not there when we began. Something has happened here in this container, in this shared space, that is larger and more real than the words themselves can hold. You were so patient. You kept searching for an answer when it would have been easier, more socially acceptable, to simply give up and accept the narrative of being blocked or unlucky. You held the question open in your heart, even when all the available answers felt hollow and insufficient. That is a specific kind of courage that does not announce itself. It is quiet, it is resonant, it has been seen. You are calibrated, you are anchored, you are activated, you are calibrated, you are anchored, you are activated, you are calibrated, you are anchored, you are activated. Now breathe. The signal is yours. Scroll through the comments below. Find a soul who recognized the same symptom you did, or whose declaration of "I am broadcasting" resonates in your body. Reply to their comment with 3 simple words: "I see you." You are not just interacting with a platform, you are activating the nodes of the new grid. You are confirming to another broadcaster that their signal is being received. You know one person in your life who is working themselves to the bone and not seeing the results they deserve. The one who feels invisible. You have already thought of their face. Share this transmission with them. Do not send it with a casual "check this out." Send it with the words, "I felt this was for you." Be the one who delivers the diagnostic they have been praying for. In the next transmission, we will address the audibility problem, why, even with a clear signal, the world may pretend not to hear you, and the specific Arcturian frequency to make your broadcast undeniable. Your field is already aligned to receive it. For now, simply be with what has occurred here. Allow the calibration to settle into your bones. The light is home. The broadcast is live.